Vedri celebrates International Women's Day in grand style. In commemoration of the 2024 International Women's Day, the Justice Development and Peace Commission (JDPC) Yola, in collaboration with Volunteers for Emergency and Disaster Rescue Initiative (Vedri), organized a celebration for women on the 9th of March 2024 with the theme "Invest in Women, Accelerate Progress, Inspire Inclusion." The program featured overview of the two organizations, JDPC and Vedri, brief on International Women's Day, roundtable discussion, goodwill messages and distribution of kits to women. On the significance of the International Women's Day, Chalori Gite and Yanasu Maji enlightened us.
It's a global day acknowledging the social, economic, cultural, and political achievements of women. The day also marks a call to action for accelerating gender parity. Not only does it celebrate the achievements and progress women have made, but it also highlights the ongoing struggles for equality and the need for continued advocacy and action worldwide.
The significance of International Women's Day lies in its ability to bring attention to issues such as gender equality, reproductive rights, and violence and abuse against women. It provides platform for collective action and collaboration and advocating for women's rights and empowerment. All in all, this day is a reminder that gender parity is still far from being achieved, with the World Economic Forum estimating that it will take over a century for gender equality to be attained.
The Executive Director of Vedri, Dr. Asundalo Badison, gives us an overview of the organization.
Vedri dai kamar yadda aka faɗa kungiya ce ta zaman kanta. Kungiya ce kuma wanda muka gan daidai ne mu kafa ta domin mu taimaki jama'a duka. Kungiya ce wanda akwai mata, akwai maza. Kungiya ce wanda muka zanna muka duba mun ga ababe suna faruwa da yawa. Kowa yana da hanyar da yana gani zai yi taimako. Mun gani hanyar da zamu yi taimako shi mu samu wannan kungiya ta zaman kanta wanda za mu taimaki al'umma. Ababen da muke yi akwai gefen mata, akwai gefen maza, akwai gefen yara, akwai abubuwa da yawa da muke yi.
The roundtable discussion is mainly centered on three key issues. 1. Achievement of women. 2. Challenges. And 3. Possible solutions. Reverend Dr. Eunice has a strong argument as per the possible reasons the woman folk has not risen to her potentials.
I want us to understand that most of the barriers that muke samuwa towards women empowerment most at times emanates from our religious leaders, because it has become part of the society and is also in the way we present our messages to our congregation. I'll give you a very good example of that. The example I have is women are meant to be submissive. Women are looked upon as what the society defines, because it is the society that defines who a woman is. You have been defined to be children producing machine. You've been defined to be a submissive, subservient woman. You have been defined by the society that you have a voice that cannot be heard. You have been defined by the society as seen but not heard. You have been defined by the society to be an object, because you've been paid for a price and somebody will just go pay you, take you, and you become his property. And this has been the norm. And even when something happens, it starts from the Bible. You look at the book of Esther. wanda suna nan Krista za ku gane a cikin littafi mai sarki. Before Esther became a queen, her predecessor, when the king ordered her to come and dance to display her beauty, when they drank, that was his birthday, he invited noble men, powerful men of the community. They came, they drank, and he wanted to show off of the kind of wife he has. And he invited her to come and display. And she said no, because she has a dignity. She said she would not do that. And when she refused to do that, the men who are his friends conspire. And the conspiracy still happens today. And he told the nobleman and his friends told him, he said, if you accept this, then the rest of the women will begin to rebel against us. If we ask them to do something, if they said no, it stands. Therefore, now you have a duty. Get your ring, write a letter, distribute it everywhere, that any woman that disobeyed her husband, there is a big punishment. And that was how she was kicked out.
The representative of Muslim Council in his goodwill message asserts that women contribute to the development of the country.
I would like to thank the conveners of this great meeting that is celebrating the International Women's Day. Actually, I'm highly delighted, very much happy, and I have learned a lot of things. As we are aware, women contribute a lot to the development of a society. If at all we get mothers that train their children, there will be no problem in the society, because it is very clear that it is a woman, even if her husband is a prophet, she can make that family or her children to be a bad one. A clear example, I'm sure we all have in our own religion history, and we have learned from our own religion. Like Noah, he has a child who has deviated from his own religion, and as a result of that, he became thrown out of the family. And a good woman will stay with the devil and produce a distant child. Pharaoh, that he has, because of his wife, it is in that house that Prophet Musa or Moses was brought up. So you can see women contribute a lot to the growth of the society, to giving a decent society. This is not something that one can dispute.
The representative of Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN, charged the women to rise up and support their fellow women. She further clarified that women are their own problems and urged them to have a different mindset and begin to support their fellow women.
I know that for even the leaders, our national leaders, to accept something like this, they have the women at heart. And since they have the women at heart, women, please, let's rise up. Let's accept what has been brought to us. Even as it is mentioned earlier on, let's have a mindset. With the experience I had, even while in the office, we are our problems, especially with the women. Because if we see a woman leading, we don't support her much. We prefer to be with the men than being with our fellow woman. But I believe that from this program, even as this program is going, we have a mindset whereby we now support our fellow women. If you see your fellow woman doing something, encourage her. There are ways that we can encourage one another so that we all feel we belong. But if we just, you see your fellow woman doing something, just say a word that will discourage her, that will not move us forward.
Dr. Calvin Yusuf, while appreciating JDPC, also particularly appreciated Honorable Justina Nkom for her enormous contribution to Vedri and towards the success of the program. He went further to challenge women to keep aside their jealousy and other vices serving as hindrances to achieving their potentials.
We must appreciate JDPC and Vedri for putting up this wonderful occasion.
Yeah.
This is great. Thank you so much for this great collaboration. This is what it means to collaborate positively. We want to thank all the discussants for putting a very brilliant discussion. How I wish this would be a record and it would go to the national channel, so that I'm thinking that the whole nation should hear this, because this is great. So we are grateful. In appreciation to these two organizations, I must also appreciate one person who have been of great significance in our activities, the Vedri. I'm representing the Vedri. Honorable Justina Nkom, and a lady. She has been a serious push on our activities. She has given us the great push we need to do our activities. So please send my message of appreciation to her, that our Vedri appreciates her for this great thing she is doing. Women, after being said, the next thing is what? Because we have said it all. The next thing is what? Do it all, isn't it? Yeah. So that it will be said and done. Yeah. But let me ask you, these things we all had today and we want to do them. Where will you keep your jealousies to change to these positive things we're talking about? Where will you keep your jealousies? Where will you keep your religion? Because that's the problem. Where will you keep your religion to do these things? Where will you keep your tribalisms to do these things? Where will you keep them? Where will you keep your Ashobi? The Anko and others? Where will you keep them to do these things? I mean, there are many things to drop. That is what I'm saying. Please drop these many things and let's push forward. You know, if you succeed, the community has changed. Yeah. You are the power behind the community. So if you succeed, the community has changed.
Madam Binta Saidu expressed her joy for all the discussions and shared her take-home.
Abun ya burge kuma ya kayatar kuma mun amfana da batutuka da muka ji abun sana da yawa game da wannan rana na mata. Zan ta tafiya da abu da yawa musamman maganar da aka yi akan mu tashi mu canja don mu samu canji, mu canza ma kan mu samu canji, yanayin zarafin mata da kuma kalubalen da muke fuskanta daban-daban masana sun yi magana akai kuma gaskiya mun dauka muna kokari mu samu Allah ta muke mu canja.
Reverend Dr. Eunice Mosu, appreciating the two organizations that put the program together, used the opportunity to stress the importance of women to good governance in the state.
Thanks to the two NGOs that brought us together, and I want to use this opportunity to let our people know that women have a great importance in the role of good governance in our states. You know, women are the ones that will always stand to give the highest vote. They constitute the majority in most of the walks of life that we have. Women have contributed immensely to the development of every nation, every community, every state, every household. And I believe that if the women can receive a good push and be allowed, you know, their right to be able to be part of every walks of life and be able to be encouraged, this nation, this state, this local government, our communities will go a long way. And I'm calling on the women to give their best, to make their own contribution. They have to give it to themselves if they want somebody to give it. Nobody can give you what you don't give yourself, and you can't give what you don't have.
Both the participants and the organizers of the program have expectations with the deliberations during the program. They look forward to better conditions next year. Caleb Zadok, reporting for Eagle Lenses TV.